Hello everyone, welcome once again to Chaz's channel. As always, I'm Chaz. In today's review, we're going to revisit something I did a few days ago. The PlayStation 4 Elite Controller by Emio. Now, when I first reviewed this, I was not happy with it, as you've seen if you saw my previous video. When I buy something, I want it to work right out of the box, especially if I'm paying a lot of money. The way we are with video games now, on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, you buy a game at full price, you have to wait hours for day one patches. Apparently it's happening the same thing, same way with our accessories, which, you know, I don't got time for that nonsense. But you know what? So be it. It wasn't working all that well. There is a patch that was released for it, a firmware update. So I'm going to see if that does anything for it, makes it a little bit better, because I really did want to like this controller, and it seems there's a lot of people out there that want to try it as well. So let's take a look. We'll go on this journey together. Stick around. Let's see what we can do with it. I do want to say this is my third controller, but there was a part of this that was already broken right out of the box. This one right here, you see I just pushed it down. It's not really bouncing back, but these ones, oops, I'll bounce back. And you can even show you, it's stuck in that position right now, where these ones are away from one of the grips. You see this one, I really got to get it over there, and it's hard to tell, but see how I'm pushing it, it's not really bouncing back. Where this one, see how it just kind of bumped up when I hit it? Right out of the gate, this one is not functioning properly. Now, one question that was brought up was, does this thing work if it's attached to the PlayStation 4 without the Bluetooth dongle? Let's check it out. Because hopefully that might take away some lag. So I got it plugged in. Bluetooth dongle's right here. Got the PlayStation 4 in rest mode. I know you can't tell, but it is in rest mode right now. Home button, nothing. It is flashing, but it always does that even when it's plugged in. I think that's how it charges. So I'm just going to turn it on manually. Alright, PlayStation's on, so it's a TV. Hitting the home button, nothing. So I'm going to take the dongle now and plug it in. And now it works. So I guess it's safe to say that being plugged in, it does not work. I'm going to be playing Gauntlet because that's a very good example of showing how the analog stick still doesn't work, with this being my third controller. Alright, so here we are. So you see, working, going pretty well. And I'm doing it this way so you can make sure that I'm not doing anything crazy. Everything's lining up, it's all connected. I'm not playing any tricks. Left, right, up, down, works fine. But on the diagonals, as you see here, it's running slow. It'll kind of switch from a run to a walk. And I do have that pushed down all the way. And it doesn't want to move. So right here alone, this controller is garbage. All the buttons seem to be working fine. Not too many buttons for this one. Now, one thing that I don't understand is, I would figure these pads on the back would kind of coincide a little bit better with the buttons. Now, what do I mean by that? Circle is all the way over to the right. But for the circle action, I have to hit the back pad, back bottom pad on the left. Kind of opposite what I would have expected. I would have figured they would have been over on the right. Maybe not that big of a deal, but just something that has been throwing me off a little bit. But as you see here, plain as day, does not work on those diagonals. Let's try another game. I'll switch over to Resident Evil real fast. Fast forward. Alright, now right now I'm in a good spot where I want to be. I fast forward to the game a little bit because I want to get the mansion area so you can see a good whole shot of Chris as I'm trying to run around with him. So as you can see, once again, left, right, working good. But again, those diagonals makes the character walk, and I am holding it all the way down. Now this is the controller right out of the box. Let's try updating the firmware and see if that has anything to do with it. Bear with me, I'm going to try not to shake the camera too much. There is a update for this, and I would not have known it if it wasn't for one of the comments in my section. Right down here, it says there is instructions and a firmware update. And I'll put this in the description because hopefully you can have better luck than I can. So, click on the instructions, and here's what it says we have to do. First, you have to have Dropbox, which thankfully I do. So first you need to disable your virus software, which I'm kind of leery of that as is. I don't need some Chinese program getting my computer and taking everything. And I can say that. My wife is Chinese and so is my daughter. But reluctantly, I did do this once already and I can't get it to work. So we're going to plug it into our computer or laptop. And as we're doing so, we're going to hold down the reset button. And it should kind of go from there. I have already downloaded this. So let's give it a shot and see how it works. I'm going to actually put in a different camera angle so you can get everything all at once. Alright, so here we are. Be in awe of my awesome little setup. So I got the program right here. Click it on. And firmware update. Now I have turned off my virus detection. Again, under protest. But now I'm going to plug this in and hold down the little button that is on here. Oh, there it is. And to make sure my fat finger doesn't mess up, I'm going to actually use an Allen wrench while I'm doing so. And it says hold it in while connecting it. Now, I've tried this 30 different times and I'm not able to do it, but let's give it a shot here. It's pushed in. That's why I didn't move the camera. You got to be like Inspector Gadget. Oh, God, I got to hit the update button from here. Okay, so I'm holding it down. It's updating. And I'll be honest, I wasn't getting this screen before, and I think it must have been because of my virus detection. Alright, update successful. And the one thing I'll say too, it's good that the person actually posted this, because if you look up PlayStation 4 Emio firmware update, nothing pops up other than reviews, the website itself, but there is nowhere that I could find, and my Google Foo is pretty fantastic. There's nothing I could find for a firmware update, so I don't know where that guy came from, whether he's just someone who did a little bit better research or he actually works for Emio, but I could not find it at all. Alright, so here we are back again. And I'll be honest, I'm a little excited. When I was trying to do it before I recorded it, I couldn't update the goddamn thing. So let's go and see what we got. Well, we'll start from scratch. We'll see if by any chance it made any difference, and now we can turn it on while it's plugged in without the dongle connected. Nothing. Turn it on manually. Still in rest mode. Alright. Let's hit the PS. Still nothing. So we'll plug it in and go from there. Now I've still got Resident Evil up. Let's see if the big thing was the analog sticks. Let's see if it fixed that. And it did. I'll be a son of a gun. It looks like the diagonals are fixed. I'm going to unplug it. Yeah, looks like everything's working fine now. Yeah, not bad. So there you have it. At a second glance at the PlayStation 4 Elite Controller by Emio, it does work after the firmware update. Buttons are responsive, didn't have any trouble with lag, doesn't work plugged in unfortunately, and you can't use more than one controller. You have to sign in on a different account in order to use another one with another dongle from everything that I've seen and experienced with. But buttons, they're responsive, they work good, the analog sticks are fine, no trouble with lag, like I said. Now, can I recommend this controller for you? Well, yes, I do. I wanted to like this thing. I really wanted it to work and like it. So yes, I'm recommending it. I think I'm going to hold on to it. I'm just going to play and enjoy it because it is cool. It does feel very nice. But as for Elite Gaming, I mean, it's really up to you. Well, I say give it a shot. The worst you can do is return it. For the price of what it is compared to a lot of the other ones out there, yes, I think this is a great buy, especially now that the firmware has updated it. Now, do I believe that it needed that? No. Like I said, if you're going to put a product out there, have it work right out of the gate. I know that's not really what happens anymore, but to do the firmware, to turn off your virus, I mean, how much do I have to work for what I bought? Now, I have seen this on the website itself go for like $100. I picked this up in my BJ's Wholesale Club for $65. So if you're someone who ordered it and paid $90, $100, and you got to put more work into it, and you got to research and make sure it works, you know, it can be a little, you know, disheartening, which it was for me. But this thing does work. The buttons are great. It is an alternative to the PlayStation 4 Razer. I believe they make one. And it is a cool looking controller. So yes, I do say check it out. Whether it fits your needs, that's a whole nother story. Always research stuff yourself. But I mean, you know, guys like me, I try to make it a little bit easier for you. So I do recommend this. For the cost that I got it at, I do recommend it. It is fixed. You just got to take a little bit of the time to update it to make it work. So, well, that one I am going to return because it had that bum trigger on the back. So that's the other part of it. It's a little bit of a gamble. You might get a broken piece or not. But again, return it if you got it from a store. If you bought it from online, it's, you know, you might have a little bit more trouble. But it does work. It is great. Make sure your parts are all together. So that's a second look at the PlayStation 4 Elite Controller by Emio. This is Chaz from Chaz's channel, signing off. See you next time.